Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So y'all, I have not had sufficient time to film how I normally do. And right now I'm trying to film and I hear machines and everything going on outside for yard work. But y'all, we got to make it work. So if you hear it, I'm sorry. I hope the music I add to the video will drown it out some, but we got to keep it going because, you know, this is real life. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Brown Girl Jane fragrances. I have been so interested in this line, and I just decided to purchase the Discover set, and they're all out of here right now, but I did purchase this during the Sephora spring sale, and also a travel spray of one of the ones that, well, the one that wasn't included in the Discovery set. So we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to share my thoughts. So before we start with that, let me tell you what's on my lips. I'm wearing the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Oil, and I don't even think they have it on here. I want to say Guava. What is it? Oh, and Dream Machine. And I hope y'all can see it. If it's not focusing, it will be linked below. Okay, so the first fragrance we're going to talk about is, and before I even start, I don't know if I'm going to be saying these names correctly. Y'all going to have to bear with me. And please don't be like getting so offended if it's not pronounced correctly. I never did understand that, but I know that's some people's pet peeve. So if it is yours, I do apologize, but I didn't have time to sit up and go look up the pronunciation of all these fragrances. So the first one we're going to talk about is that one. Why don't I just do that? Bahia? I don't know. So this is described as an amber floral fragrance. It was released in 2022. It has top notes of peach, lotus, orange blossom, middle notes of gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, base notes of cashmere musk, vanilla bean, and cedar. So I already sprayed these beforehand. So let's see if I can still smell it or if I have to respray. I can still smell this one. So this is, to me, a heavy white floral perfume with floral, did I say with floral? With fruity undertones. At first when you spray it, I remember going, ooh, it felt like I was just getting gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, just straight up my nose. This is one, I believe, if you are sensitive to like heady, perfumey floral scents, this could be headache inducing. It does smell good. It reminds me of Killian Good Girl Gone Bad, and it also reminds me of Armani My Way Intense, which also reminds me of Killian's Good Girl Gone Bad. And if you have the Bath and Body Works 1 in a Million fragrance mist, this girl, Bahia, I don't even remember what I said the first time. That's what this reminds me of. So it smells good, but it smells familiar, and it's not a fragrance DNA that I need a ton of in my collection. So it smells good, but you have to like heavy, heady, like white floral, perfumey type of scents. Like I said, I do get some of the peach that comes through. Vanilla, I don't know. It's not really sweet to me. It's more of white floral, hint of fruitiness. Not real sweet in the sense of vanilla sweet. This vanilla bean is in here. It's more of a somewhat sweet floral fragrance also. So it smells good. And if you like those perfumes that I mentioned that this reminds me of, then you would like, I think I'm going to say this differently every time I say it. Bahia. I know that's wrong. So those are my thoughts on that fragrance. The next one we're going to talk about is Casablanca. And this was the one I was that got me interested in the line because of the notes. So Casablanca is described as an amber spicy fragrance. It was released in 2022. Has top notes of marshmallow, cardamom, and incense. Middle notes of suede, vanilla, orchid, and saffron. Base notes of sandalwood, musk, and amber. So let's see if I can still smell this one. I can, not as strongly, but I can. So when I first spray Casablanca, y'all, I had to get up and go do something for somebody, and I don't remember where I was. I think I had just talked about Casablanca, and I was going to tell you my thoughts. Told you the notes. So Casablanca, when I first sprayed it, it reminded me, it was very peppery, spicy, incensey. And it immediately reminded me of Kayali, Sweet Diamond, Pink Pepper. So I was like, what? Because I wanted this for marshmallow. And as it dries down, okay, it becomes like a smoother, creamier, still somewhat spicy incense type of scent. This is not marshmallowy sweet. To me, this is more unisex. It's not anything that I feel like I'm going to fall in love with. I plan to use up the sample, but I've tried it on my skin, smelling it from here, and it's not a love. It's not a dislike, but it's not even a like to where I feel like I'm going to like really love this, because I don't tend to really love spicy fragrances. So this one, you know, I see marshmallow and I want to try it. So I'm so happy that I didn't go ahead and like blind buy this or anything, or even get the travel spray, because honey, I really don't get any marshmallow at all unless you want to call that very dry down, the very, very base of the fragrance, that little creaminess that comes out. Maybe, I mean, but the marshmallow's in the top note, and I don't smell it at all in that fragrance. I mean, not at all. So if you were thinking about Casablanca for a marshmallowy scent, and if you interpret fragrances and agree with my opinion when I'm reviewing them often, I don't think Casablanca is for you. Not for a marshmallowy fragrance. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is Lamu. I almost looked at that and said llama. Y'all. So Lamu, like I said, don't come for me about these pronunciations of these words. Is a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance that was released in 2022. It has top notes of Italian lemon, bergamot, and sage. Middle notes of coconut nectar, gardenia, frangipani, and salt. Base notes of solar notes, driftwood, musk, and sandalwood. So let's spray. Well, let me see if I can smell it still. I must say, these last quite well, y'all, because it's been a couple days since I've sprayed these testers, and fragrances don't be lasting on tester strips like that. For me, not the norm, not the majority. So when I smell Lamu, I get immediately gardenia. It's very heavy on the gardenia to me. That's what I thought when I initially sprayed this and smelled it, let it settle some, and then even after a few days of letting these sit, I still predominantly get gardenia, especially in the beginning, because I remember that beginning, because I don't love gardenia like that, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is gardenia overload. But then the gardenia is still there. Then you have that frangipani that's coming out. So it starts off heavy gardenia, okay? And then let it settle some, and it's still there. The gardenia is still present. But it becomes more of a tropical, heady, floral, smooth fragrance. It's a very, not tropical as in beachy, not tropical as in what I would consider, you know, like vacation tropical. But tropical in the sense of it smells like tropical flowers, but tropical, very perfumey flowers. So this one, and when it says gourmand, I mean, when I get somewhat saltiness, somewhat of this. When I first sprayed it, I was hoping I would get that Italian lemon to come out, but it was just for me, gardenia heavy. So if you don't like gardenia, and I don't, I mean, I don't love gardenia. Let's say I'm very picky and particular with gardenia. This is one I can see me wearing and enjoying, you know, for the moment, you know, but never wanting at this stage in my life how I enjoy fragrances, because that does change. Me getting a full bottle at this time. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it doesn't make me want to pay full price for it, you know? So if you like, and it also kind of reminds me of oh my goodness, maybe I should have looked these up. I mean, knowing me, the way my brain has been lately, because it's on overload of just so much coming at me, I probably wouldn't have remembered anyway how it said to pronounce it. But the first one, Bahia, that's probably the fifth way I've said it in this video. What is this? Llama. Did I say Lamu, or however. Girl, who came up with these names? Okay. They are similar. You have got to love heady floral fragrances. And this is what this fragrance is, this Lamu, except for it has a tropical vibe to it towards the dry down. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is Dawn. Dawn is described as a unisex fragrance that was released in 2023. It has top notes of raspberry bloom, cassis, water lily, middle notes of amber, iris petals, and violet leaf, base notes of Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, and vetiver. Now, y'all, this smells good. Okay, but when I smelled this, it was driving me crazy because it immediately reminded me of something. And I was like, oh, this is driving me crazy. And then it finally came to me. This Dawn fragrance practically smells like a dupe, heavier, more condensed, more concentrated version of Dahlia from Bath and Body Works. And I know people say Dahlia smells like Good Girl from Carolina Herrera. So take with that as you know, as you will, you know, because it does. It smells like it's that bourbon vanilla I'm getting in here, and some of that vetiver that's coming out that makes it more. It is unisex because even though it reminds me of Dahlia, I was about to say with an edgier twist to it. It's something in here like a booziness, kind of like think of a cologne version of Dahlia from Bath and Body Works. And that's what Dawn gives me. So again, I enjoy this, but I don't feel like I need this in my collection. But if you like Dahlia, if you like Good Girl, I think you would like Dawn from Brown Girl Jane. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is not that one. Whoop, and I did drop it. Y'all, I'm a hot mess in this video, so please bear with me. Is Dusk. So Dusk is also a unisex fragrance. It was released in 2023. It has top notes of milk, coconut, and almond, middle notes of jasmine, vanilla, orchid, and freesia, base notes of sandalwood, musk, and cedar. So Dusk to me smells like a sweet, woody, powdery fragrance. A little bit, I mean, in the beginning, I felt like I got a little bit of spiciness, but this smells very familiar to me also. Like, think of, what am I wearing today? That Clean Skin, Clean brand, Clean Skin fragrance. It kind of reminds me of that, a little bit creamier, sweeter. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, what is that fragrance? It's in a clear bottle. Well, no, I don't think it reminds me of that. The more I'm smelling it. But it does remind me of like the scent profile of like a Juliet Has a Gun, or like I said, Clean Skin by Clean Reserve. That type of your skin but better type of scent. Barely there type of fragrance. Doesn't smell perfumey or anything. That's kind of what Dusk gives me. And again, I don't feel like this would be unique to my collection, because I named a couple of fragrances that I have in my collection that this reminds me of. So it does smell good. And if you like those type of fragrances, it doesn't to me smell like Glossier You, but you know those type of fragrances that is supposed to enhance your skin but better type of fragrances. Come closer, not perfumey. Like you just smell like that's your essence. Okay, that's what this type of fragrance is, Dusk. And while it does smell good, again, it doesn't make me want to, pull out that wallet, honey. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about, where is my tester strip? It has disappeared. So we're going to have to respray this one. And this is Dare. Dare is also a unisex fragrance that was released in 2023. It has top notes of cherry, lychee, and black pepper, middle notes of cherry blossom, pink peony, and damask rose, base notes of leather, amber, woodsy notes, and musk. Now, I know I had all of these. I'm just a hot mess. Y'all, if you're watching me, I appreciate it. Because this video is not going as smoothly as I would like it to go, but we're pushing through. Okay, Dare to me is a fresh, powdery cherry floral fragrance. This one I really do like. And then, it's kind of a little spicy, but it's still got that fresh powderiness, cherries with some floral, and then it smooths out to an amber musk with all that blended well. I do like this one. And this one kind of smells familiar to me, but it smells unique also. Kind of puts me in the mind of, that's how I describe House of Sillage fragrances. They always kind of remind me of something, but they do just enough to make me say, oh, it's different. That's what Dare is doing to me. Yeah, I like this one. I like it. So, the last fragrance is the one that I bought a travel spray in, and this is Carnival. This is one I heard so many people raving about. I'm going to have to spray this one too, so let me get another tester strip. Raving about during the Sephora sale that made me interested in this brand, because I've been looking at it for a while and then I just, caved. So Carnival is described as a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance that was released this year. It has top notes of mango, agave nectar, and jasmine, middle notes of amber, ginger, and musk, base notes of vanilla, pimento, and sandalwood. So let's spray this. And you see that I hate the way this sprays. It's barely anything comes out of this atomizer. So if you all have a full bottle of Brown Girl Jane fragrances, tell me, do they spray like you just saw? Like a lot doesn't come out at all. To me, enough doesn't come out, in my opinion. But I am a heavy sprayer. Okay, y'all. So when I first sprayed this, I was like, you know how I described the mango fragrance mist from Bath and Body Works that I have, to where they don't smell sweet. They kind of smell like fruit rind, or if that's what you call it, like a little waxiness or something. That's what I get immediately when I smell this. But y'all, this is a fragrance. Carnival is a fragrance, in my opinion, that is, well, let me just say, it's a sweet, tropical, fruity, spicy type of fragrance, okay? This is one I do not like smelling up close. Like, it's not bad, but I don't love it. Even though, if I smell it like that, I don't love it. But in the air, getting whiffs and wafts of it, it smells so much to me sweeter and more tropical, fruity sweetness in the air than smelling it up close. This isn't one that's a close sniffer. It's some fragrances I can smell up, on me up close. love them. And then there's some I have to get it in the air and I love. And this is Carnival for me. I was trying to think, it's nothing to me that I have in my collection that smells exactly like Carnival. I mean, if you've tried the Killian, oh, it's in a blue bottle. It has mango. It doesn't remind me of it, but you know, mango to me is kind of stands out. And you can pick it up in fragrances, and it's not that many fragrances. It's mango. So it reminded me of, if you like that one, you'll probably like this. If you like Haute Bijou from House of Sillage, it's more floral heavy, mango, floral, tropical scent. This is more sweet, fruity, drippy a little bit, tropical, little spicy kick to it that I really do enjoy. So I am happy that I have the travel size in this one, so I can enjoy it this summer, and then after I finish it up, then, well, this upcoming summer, then I can decide if I want to invest in a full bottle. Okay, so let me rank these, and then we will talk about my final thoughts on this perfume line from Brown Girl Jane. So it is 7 fragrances here. So coming in at number 7 is going to be Casablanca, because it was such a disappointment to me. Does it smell bad? No. Is it a marshmallowy fragrance? Which, you know, if I had read it's amber spicy, and even with marshmallow being at the top, I was kind of like, it's probably not going to be what I want. But it was disappointment for me. So number 7 is going to be Casablanca. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Bahia. You know, that's probably the 7th pronunciation I've done of this, a different pronunciation. But this one reminds me so much of Good Girl Gone Bad and other fragrances. And like I said, it's not a fragrance DNA that I need a lot of in my collection. So this is going to be number 6. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Lamu, because it is very, very, very heavy on gardenia, and I don't foresee myself falling in love with this because it is so heavy on the gardenia. I can see myself liking it, but not loving it. So number 5 is going to be Lamu. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Dusk, because even though I do like this, I don't feel like I would allow myself to purchase this right now, because I just purchased Clean Reserve's Clean Skin because I've been wanting it, and that's what I'm wearing today. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So I just feel like I'm not going to just go get, you know, this one immediately, because it smells similar. It's that same fragrance DNA. So coming in at number 4 is going to be Dusk. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Dawn, because y'all know I just finished up Dahlia recently in one of my project use ups, and while I enjoyed it, I didn't love it. But when I sprayed this on my skin and smelled it, and really I thought this was the Casablanca I was smelling, and I was like, where's the marshmallow? But it does really smell good. So this is one on the tester, I still like it, but on my skin I like it more. So that's why it's coming in at number 3. Got sweeter and richer smelling on my skin, and I did enjoy it. So Dawn is number 3. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Dare, because I can see myself purchasing a full bottle of this. I really can. After I use this up and really see, you know, do I really feel like it's worth it? But this is one I can foresee myself sooner rather than later. Now, not right now, because I really don't feel like this is a summery fragrance. I mean, really, it could be year-round, but it's not what I'm craving wearing right now. But it smells really good. It's just, it's a good cherry floral that I don't smell this a lot, and I do think it is unique. So Dare is coming in at number 2, and number 1 is going to be Carnival, and probably because it's, you know, summer's around the corner, and it is the perfect summery, tropical, sweet, milky, mango, fruity scent with a hint of spicy, like a little bit of sexy, or just a tad, you know, in there that I really do like. And I'm happy, like I said, that I have it in a travel spray. Now, my final thoughts on the Brown Girl Jane Perfumes. I do feel like, based on when I was wearing, because this is one I wore a few times, it did last well. It performed well. Now, it wasn't a major projector, but I felt like it left a nice sillage. I could get whiffs and wafts of myself, and they do perform well. So, and based on how long, it's been a few days since I've sprayed these, and I can still smell them strongly on the tester strips. So I feel like they're good quality fragrances. They last well. Now, as far as the range, for me, if you have a larger collection, as you can see with most of these, I said that they reminded me of other fragrances. So just keep that in mind. But I do love the packaging. I love the pale pink. I love the gold. I love the aesthetic of it. It reminds me of the Byredo bottles, but girlier. So I do like it, and I would want a full-size bottle in my collection. So I do foresee myself having at least one, maybe two. We'll see if they expand the line. We'll see if my thoughts change as I go through all my samples. Will I fall in love more wearing them out more and not just testing them? But I do think they're good quality fragrances. Like I said, I think the packaging is good. The price is, I can't remember the exact price, but I don't remember it being close to 200 or over 200. I think it's right at the price of most fragrances now, unless you are a celebrity fragrance or, yeah, I feel like I want to say they're 120. I'll say 120 to 150 because I honestly can't remember, and I forgot to write it down, you all. But I do think they're good quality. And like I said, if you have a larger collection, to me and my nose, the way I interpret the fragrances, they did remind me of, other fragrances or fragrance mists that I have in my collection. But like I said, I can see myself getting a full bottle, not anytime really real soon, but it's ones that will stick in my mind. Like, I am interested in getting a full bottle of a Brown Girl Jane perfume. So if you enjoyed this review, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and tell me your favorite Brown Girl Jane perfume, because I would love to know. Because to me, you don't really hear about these often. They're not ones that's talked about, at least what I hear and what I watch. So I would love to hear you all's thoughts and maybe get me excited about which ones to try based on, what you love. Please share this video with everyone, you all, because we are trying to keep it growing in 2024. And please don't forget to turn on your notification bells so you don't ever miss any of my videos. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.